how much of you is, hey, this is the job and people are interested in this, obviously, and they're excited to get any little bit of morsel about this football team versus you think you can actually learn and pick things up from the open period?
I don't know that we can pick a lot today. I think they have an open practice on Saturday, and you can always pick up one or two things from a practice, like watching a full thing, even if it's a little bit different kind of practice. So I'll save some of those. Hey, that person stood out, or hey, this person did that
Mm-hmm.
for Saturday. But I'll give you an example. When we had the open practice, or we had 30 minutes of practice back in the spring, we got to watch, receivers and defensive backs go against each other, and you get to see the competitiveness and that setting of John Butler, who's the defensive coordinator, compared to, Dana Holgerson's a little more laid back. And I watched the defensive backs win almost all of those one-on-ones, and linebackers win almost all of those one-on-ones, with the exception of Mekhi Nelson, who won a lot of them. So like you do get a sense of how these players are. So yeah, I mean, there's things you can glean. It's not like the Mike Riley era when we got to sit there for 3 hours and watch everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot, and it almost got a little tedious after a while. Yeah, you do learn something about the way that these guys work. And not today much though. I'll look at the guy. I'll look at some of the newcomers, see how they look physically. And then at fan day, you can do that again, and then the open practice. I think they have a pretty good idea of what they want to do at nearly every position, but there's still some question marks out there. Mac Markway and Carter Nelson are coming back off of injury, and so I'm sure they're going to test very quickly what those guys are physically capable of. And if they're capable of doing everything, it changes the nature of that room very fast.
Yeah.